All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and our home team. Here's the former Auburn kicker, Daniel Carlson, to get this one started. And off we go to wrap up the week on a Monday night. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Alert, alert, alert! We go, we go! SOS. Hey, regular.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8.
Let's go, defense. Out top, middle.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, they certainly didn't waste any time throwing some deep passes here. But the defense, it wasn't unexpected. They told their secondary, be ready. You're going to be tested all night by this team.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Mike, 56, right there, 56. Target. Checked up.
They go with Washington to begin the drive. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On the toss play, this is Washington.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Play fake. Bridgewater. It's caught. Nelson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Let's go now. 53. 53. Get him on. West. Sharpen.
On first, here's Washington. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Go. Go. Go, go. Deuce, deuce. Deuce, deuce. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. It's great. It's him. 53's mine. Come on. 53's mine.
On 2nd and 12, Bridgewater flushed out right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike, 53. 53.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. And he is out of bounds here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over here at the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
59 yards.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
He's crazy. He's checking crazy. No, no. Alert. Check 31. Check 31. Check 37.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. That's one they certainly wish they had back. A loss of 8.
He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, yeah. Ready? He can't hit. He's not going to get me. Hey, dude.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one goes for 24 yards. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now Elliott. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Hey, watch it, watch it. Check it back, check it back.
At the Raiders' 4-yard line.
Alert 3.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll run with Dixon. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Punching it in from a yard away as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Now a pass caught by Zay Jones. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Check 50, check 50.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Cowboys 7, Raiders 0.
Ready? Mike. 53 is the mic. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Throwing again on second down. Bridgewater. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Check, 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 check. Mike, 53. What? Go. Let it go.
From the gun, Bridgewater. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
2nd and 9. The Cowboys 47-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Come on here, come get some. He don't want it.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Middle. Pick that. On 52. Under 10.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
On play action, Allen completes it to Hardman. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 25 yards there on the catch and run. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
A first down carry by Elliott. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Cleveland Farrell just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Out to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
And it's third down.
2019! Hey, tight. Get that ball.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper there to make the grab. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Safety's creeping.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Defense wins championships, baby. 53.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. This complete to Jones. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Check 26, check 26.
And again, it's Bridgewater. Escaping the press. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. Bridgewater from the gun on third down. Eluding the pressure right. They'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. This is first and goal from about the 8.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
On first down, here's Breida. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss of 2 there, second down. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Here we go, let's bring it.
On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Now Bridgewater. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But you just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's fielded at the 45. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Check.
Now a handoff right side. It's Dixon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. On play action, Allen. Rolling to his left. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Allen now looks to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
We got to step it up. Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
Bridgewater. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Defense, let's go. Mike 55, right there in the middle, 55. I know he ain't got it. Mike 55, Mike 55. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl. Mike 55, Mike. We own them. We own them.
So that'll back him up 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
I can't believe they even let you play. Mike 55. Check 55, Mike. Get in the right.
Bridgewater now. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is fielded at the 27. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll start the drive with Elliott. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
third quarter and you've got the lead, you're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Again, it's Elliott. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Don't be scared of it. Check three, check three, check three. Watch twins. Hey, hold.
On first down, they go with Dixon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Last stop.
Now on second and 13, Allen. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 20-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Allen on first and 10. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Second and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
I got you, boy.
They run again with Breida. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Bridgewater to throw for it on fourth. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
56, 56. 57's Mike. Hey, Alpha.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. On play action, it's Bridgewater. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
Now Bridgewater on fourth down. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. As his guys are in for 6. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point attempt to come here. And it's no good. No, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Off the play fake, Bridgewater lets it go for Nelson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. J.J. Nelson, the intended target, and it's second down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. On second down, a run with Breida. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Now a play fake here on first down. Catch made, it's Moreau. And now running right through him.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. This is Breida. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 3. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Bridgewater to throw it. That'll be complete to Breida. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4.
Desperation time. 4th down, Bridgewater. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
So Allen's going to look to throw. Completes it to Davis. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. That one complete to Elliott. And they'll get this down to the 10. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 11-yard line.
95. 319. Tackles. Check safety. Jim. Here we go.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Round 80. Danny.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1.
I do get a kick out of seeing a team kneel down at the end of the game in victory formation and wrap one up, because most of the time a kneel down is not a good thing in football. In this case, it's the best thing for the team that's winning.
Best thing Week 1 and 1-0 after going down to that knee. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both